Gojo Satoru effortlessly handles special-grade cursed spirits. He wields the power to create an impenetrable barrier between himself and his foes, rendering all attacks ineffective. His domain expansion, the Unlimited Void, traps targets within the Limitless, bombarding their minds with limitless information, rendering them immobile. Against Gojo's boundless abilities, Saitama stands no chance. His punches would prove futile due to the infinite distance Gojo can maintain between them. Furthermore, Gojo's domain expansion could easily immobilize the Baldy, swiftly ending the fight. And that's it. Are you thinking this would be the outcome? No way. When there's the One Punch Man on the other side, never think for a second that this would be an easy fight. But can he defeat the supreme Jujutsu sorcerer? Well, that's kept a surprise for you right at the end of the video. So, stay tuned and travel with us to the end while witnessing lots of flares and glares and endless broken pieces of laws of physics. With that said, let's start. Saitama possesses unmatched strength in the anime world. He can defeat any foe with a single punch, leading to an existential crisis due to the lack of challenging opponents. And Gojo Satoru? Let's see. Gojo showcases his prowess through a few key techniques. Firstly, Limitless grants him near absolute control over the surrounding space. He employs this technique to create a protective shield of infinite space, keeping potential threats at bay. Furthermore, with Limitless, Gojo wields Cursed Technique Lapse, Blue, and Cursed Technique Reversal, Red. Blue generates a space vacuum, while Red exerts an immensely powerful expulsive force. When these techniques unite, they give rise to the devastating Hollow Technique, Purple. This fusion combines outward force and vacuum, resulting in the complete annihilation of anything in its path. Gojo possesses various abilities: Limitless, Barrier Manipulation, Domain Expansion, and Unlimited Void. Although the duration of someone's confinement in Unlimited Void is brief, their experience inside is unique. It can overwhelm enemies, restricting their actions. Additionally, there's Six Eyes, which remain unexplained in the anime but is mentioned in the manga. It grants an unending reservoir of cursed energy and a different, advantageous perspective on the world. So, how would Saitama from One Punch Man fare against Gojo? Saitama gained his incredible strength, speed, and baldness through an intense workout regimen, enhancing his human abilities significantly. He can run, punch, jump, and endure extreme conditions, even landing on the moon with a jump. His keen senses and invulnerability to most attacks due to his overwhelming power make him formidable. Gojo's use of the Limitless Void would probably render Saitama's attacks ineffective, while Saitama would be vulnerable to Gojo's cursed techniques and Unlimited Void, which Gojo can unleash rapidly. Saitama would need to evade Gojo's attacks without being able to counter effectively. While Saitama possesses impressive stamina, Gojo wields unlimited cursed energy, making it a matter of how long Saitama can endure before falling victim to Unlimited Void or Gojo's blue, red, or purple techniques. One Punch Man emphasizes hand-to-hand combat, resembling a standard superhero flick, while Jujutsu Kaisen characters rely more on supernatural abilities, akin to Bleach and similar series. Thus, directly comparing the two proves challenging. Nonetheless, comparing their most potent techniques, Gojo's Unlimited Void and Infinity and Saitama's Punch both stand as incredibly overpowered within their respective worlds. Thus, determining a clear victor necessitates a more comprehensive analysis. In long-range combat, Gojo holds an advantage due to his powers. However, in a head-on clash, no definite winner emerges. Gojo possesses the skills to evade Saitama for a period, creating enough distance to evade Saitama's punch. Subsequently, he could deploy his Jujutsu technique, potentially defeating Saitama. Numerous factors could influence the outcome, but under the specified conditions, Gojo maintains the upper hand. But we have to consider a particular chapter in the One Punch Man manga. In the One Punch Man manga, we witness Saitama facing off against a god-amplified martial artist named Garo in a state called Cosmic Fear Mode. Their clash generates such destructive energy that the other top-tier characters and many other dimensional fighters must teleport the energy away to prevent Earth's annihilation. During this battle, stars vanish from the cosmos due to their immense power. Saitama's power is so overwhelming that he nearly destroys Jupiter with a sneeze and flips one of its moons with ease. Even when he was weaker, Saitama could effortlessly neutralize energy beams capable of obliterating Earth, potentially even stars. On the other hand, Gojo's feats in Jujutsu Kaisen, while impressive, revolve around domain expansion, manipulating cursed energy, and causing earthquakes or meteors that could damage cities. The highest interpretation of Gojo's power involves creating a star in his domain, but this is debated and not definitively established. In contrast, there are numerous statements and translations suggesting Saitama possesses limitless or infinite power. And Gojo's physical strength is not significant compared to Saitama's, who can casually handle attacks on an atomic level. Saitama's incredible durability and the fact that he can manipulate space-time on an atomic level mean that he can likely withstand attacks from Limitless and Hollow Purple. Furthermore, Saitama's speed is on a different level. He has demonstrated the ability to move faster than light, while characters in Jujutsu Kaisen are limited to Mach 3 speeds or lightning speed. Saitama could potentially use reverse causality to strike Gojo from the future, making it nearly impossible for Gojo to react. Let's go back to the Garo fight and analyze it with great attention to learn about the reverse causality. Garo and Saitama's intense battle had the potential to devastate the Earth. This change marked a significant turning point for Saitama. Upon arriving on the moon, Baldy fought with full force, employing multiple killer moves. Initially, Garo managed to keep pace with Saitama, but as time passed, Saitama pushed his limits and established a considerable lead. Eventually, Garo ceased to be a threat, causing Saitama to lose interest and return to his nonchalant demeanor. He effortlessly concluded the battle by sending Garo back to Earth, prompting Garo to accept his defeat. Saitama's unbeatable strength made Garo realize the pointlessness of his actions. His recklessness led to Tario's death, plunging him into despair. He then requested a favor from Saitama, triggering the second key aspect of Saitama's new ability. Garo compelled Saitama to mimic his ultimate skill, granting him divine power. Consequently, Saitama traveled back in time and defeated Garo before he could harm any innocent lives. Saitama's Zero Punch may seem like the result of Garo's ultimate skill, but that's only part of the story. Garo's ability sends Saitama back in time, but it doesn't necessarily let him break causality. Saitama can deliver a punch from the future because his power evolved abnormally during the fight on Jupiter's moon, as explained in Chapter 166 of One Punch Man. So, while Garo's ability sends Saitama back in time, Saitama's incredible power enables him to create a paradox by reversing causality. Saitama uses Garo's skill to reverse time, allowing his future self to throw a punch. When this punch lands, it erases the future Saitama's existence, sending him back to his past body. Consequently, his past and current self have not thrown the punch, creating an effect without a cause. The Zero Punch does more than just reverse time. It accomplishes the impossible, like preserving Saitama's memories and bringing future objects, such as Genos' deceased core, to the past. With this newfound power, the question arises of how Saitama intends to utilize it in future One Punch Man updates. Perhaps the user can reverse causality, making the effect precede the cause. The cause serves as a mere formality, as the effect occurs before the cause initiates. To onlookers, events appear normal as the cause seemingly lands to the effect. However, the cause's purpose is to confirm the occurrence of the effect. This ability grants the user a constant advantage over their opponent. Every action has a guaranteed 100% success rate, and all their actions become permanent. Consequently, regardless of an opponent's agility, defensive skills, or distance from the user, evading, reversing, or halting the effects become impossible as it's already recorded in history. But if Gojo were to resort to Unlimited Void, a mental attack that injects infinite levels of information into the target's brain, it would be problematic for Saitama. Saitama lacks mental resistance, and Unlimited Void's effects are quite extreme. However, it's uncertain whether this would be sufficient to defeat Saitama, given his exceptional durability and power. Saitama's overwhelming strength, speed, and durability make him a formidable opponent against Gojo. Gojo's abilities, while impressive, might not be enough to contend with Saitama's near invincibility and unparalleled power. Let's show you another mysterious attack by Saitama. In chapters 99 and 100, Phoenix Man gains a new power called Phoenix Space. It's essentially a dimension within his costume that reflects his psyche, and time passes slowly there. He uses this power to teleport Child Emperor into this space. Later, he repeats this action. During the second teleportation, Saitama eventually arrives, causing a hole or crack in the dimension's sky due to his sheer strength. Is this a form of space-time manipulation through physical force or some sort of mental or spiritual impact? Now I see you are changing sides. People in Saitama's vicinity believe he possesses unmatched, unbelievable strength. When asked about his power's origins, he described a basic fitness regimen that made him stronger but not superhuman. This suggests his powers developed mysteriously, beyond his awareness. Perhaps his power lies in unconsciously manipulating physics. In essence, his brain alters reality to destroy his targets while leaving him unharmed. This applies to his other abilities, like speed. Some argue that his power can't be automatic since he didn't defeat Boros in one punch. I think he's learning to control it. Facing Boros, who understood his struggle, gave Saitama a reason to prolong the fight. He held back due to their emotional connection, gaining some control over his unconscious ability for a genuine battle. Saitama can interact with spatial entities like Gaara's wormholes, regardless of whether they're hyperspace or subspace. These are straightforward spatial gateways requiring spatial non-physical interaction to engage. These portals, spatial wormholes, are embedded in space. Moving them like Saitama did necessitates a remarkable ability to manipulate space itself, altering the gate's trajectory significantly. It's reasonable to assume Saitama could kick away the infinite space just as he did with Gaara's portal. This would leave Gojo vulnerable to a one-shot defeat. Moreover, Saitama is resistant to matter manipulation, even at the subatomic level. Thus, red and blue wouldn't affect him, leaving Gojo with only purple and unlimited void as a potential victory condition. Saitama's punch emits lethal radiation and can eliminate all nearby life. His exceptional endurance allows him to withstand numerous attacks without harm. Despite his comedic portrayal, Saitama undeniably ranks among the anime world's strongest characters. So, Mr. Gojo Satoru stands no chance against the One Punch Man.